Welcome to a month in the life with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I've dubbed this month Mad May because I've got two very big, exciting trips. First of all, being Namibia, which is just amazing. I've also got a bag of tricks. I have the Insta360 X5, I have another Ace Pro 2, and I'll explain why in a bit. And I've also got a Go 3S, and they've all played a part in capturing this trip. This video is sponsored by Insta360, but as always, all thoughts are my own. And if you sort of was wondering for use cases around these cameras, here is a perfect real-world example, albeit quite a fancy month. Now this is quite a niche use case admittedly, but I've got a fixed tripod here that's very, very wonky. Hopefully you get to see it on screen, it's kind of like this. But because I've got the 45-degree horizon lock on, even though my tripod is wonky, this should film perfectly straight. I've been using this a ton on this trip because everything's uneven ground and I didn't realise how useful it was. This is how wonky it could be and still give you straight footage. Okay, both Ace Pro 2 cameras, both shooting linear, both the same distance away. This one here has the macro lens on in the portrait, and hopefully my face is in focus and nice. And this one, you'll probably notice that I'm ever so slightly out of focus. And that's just because the minimum focus distance on the Ace Pro 2 is sort of like just out of arm's reach. Whereas with the macro lens, you're absolutely fine. Love it. Last night we were blessed with a clear sky and I got to try the starlapse feature on the Ace Pro 2. I've not really used it too much before and I've really enjoyed it. Even though the sensor is relatively small compared to a traditional camera, because the lens is so wide, you can get up to like 30 seconds of exposure and the stars will still remain sharp. And the camera very intelligently bounces it all down into a handy dandy time lapse for you. What impressed me even more though was I also used the Insta360 X5 camera for the first time with starlapse. I just think it's so spectacular in 360 because you can reframe it so many different times after the fact, and I really like this footage. I'm going to do another one tonight if we have another clear sky. As you can probably see, I ran out of tripods and monopods, so I just stuck the selfie stick in my backpack and it worked quite well. And I forgot to mention, with the Ace Pro 2, you can actually set a timer inside the camera. So if the stars were out at like 2 AM and you didn't want to wait up, you can set it inside the camera for it to automatically start the time lapse at 2 AM for you. Here, because we're dealing with a very, very bright, full-ish moon, it was actually better to have the star lapse happen earlier in the night. So I haven't used this feature during this trip, but I have used it in the past and it's a lifesaver. Now, because I am here on safari, I've got some main cameras. I wouldn't choose the Ace Pro 2 as my main photography camera for this sort of trip, but the cameras that I have with me are very long and zoomed in lenses. I needed something that was closer, you know, if animals got close to the vehicle, or even if I just wanted to take some quick lifestyle shots. And that's where the Ace Pro 2 has come in on this trip. I've been pairing it with the Explorer Pro grip to give me like more of a traditional tiny camera feel, and it works really, really well. So I've got some great little photos and some video footage with the Ace Pro 2, documenting more, you know, informal moments and, you know, not the big zoom lens bits, but all the little bits in between. We're very serious here. Very serious. And because Namibia is dust city, there is dust everywhere on every surface at all times, I think it's very important that this camera needed to be weather sealed, and the Ace Pro 2 is of course weather sealed and waterproof, so it was ideal for this sort of trip. I was toying bringing like a Fujifilm camera, but because they're not weather sealed and they have fixed lenses, I just thought I'd get so much dust inside the lens, it wasn't worth the risk. No problem at all with the Ace Pro 2. I'm also testing out the Insta360 Pro microphones, the new ones, the ones with the e-ink screen. And I love that you can set up shots like this and be further away from the camera. And to sync it to my Ace Pro 2, it was just literally one click. Go away, fly. I wonder if the microphone can pick that up. We're in the final nights of Namibia now. This is the final lodge, and it's just been spectacular, and the Ace Pro 2 has done me proud. I thought it goes sort of without saying that this is an excellent vlogging camera. I've just got it on this little selfie stick thing. It's super versatile. You've got the flippy up screen so you can see yourself. I've got the new microphone so I can hear myself. All is well. We did one shot with the Defenders where I got in the floor on the road with my friend Hannah, who is an amazing photographer. It was her idea actually, I shan't take credit for it. And the Defenders went past us and dust kicked up in their wake. Not only was the Ace Pro 2, I felt rugged enough, I could get it low enough to the ground, it was wide angle enough, but it was also dust proof and waterproof as well. So it was the only camera that I felt confident using in that situation. And I think the shot was really nice. I also like this shot of the front of the Defender as well. It's very gimbal-like. Even for professional shots that this company will use for their socials, it's a great camera to use. So, Mad May continues. Off we go to Japan. I've done 2 24-hour journey days in the last 3 days with only 1 day in between. So now I'm in sunny Japan and I'm reviewing new shiny cameras, and the Ace Pro 2 is helping me document that. Spider-Man meme. Okay.
It's not orange though, is it? Do it. When a nice half.
So intimidating. You don't mess around in this life, Josh. You just got to do it, mate.
Do it.
This is the very unglamorous part of my job. We've been given a camera today, the new Lumix L10, and the embargo is at 1 AM. So this is my life. Eating potato chips and editing like my life depends on it. So every time there's leopards, there's also this. Let's go capture the festival. I'm gonna try and stick it on a stick, I think, to get up high over the top. That's the plan. So I did just that. I connected the Ace Pro 2 to the app so that I could see what I was doing, and having the camera high above my head meant that I could get shots like this without getting in anyone's way, and I could still see what I was doing and frame it as well. It worked so well for this festival, and I'm so glad that I had this camera with me. Here is my filming spot for the day, and I'm going to use the Ace Pro 2 as my second camera so I can cut to it. So my month in the life with the Ace Pro 2 has been wonderful. I haven't actually realised until I've documented it how often I use this little camera. It's so handy. I've been using it for VCam, I've been using it for B-roll, I've been using it for time lapses, photography, the lot. But I do think it's not perfect. I've had this camera for over a year now and I've used it a lot. And there's 2 things that I would really like to see in the Ace Pro 3, if and when that ever comes out. First of all, and I think the thing that most people think about, is this video quality that you're watching now is only 8-bit as opposed to 10-bit. Most things are 10-bit, like the Osmo Pocket 3, for example. Sometimes if you're using 8-bit footage, it can be harder to color grade. Thankfully, the standard profile is very nice out of this camera, which is what I'm shooting in now. So even if you don't want to color grade, you can just use standard. But in the Ace Pro 3, I would love to see 10-bit video. Please, Insta360, make it so. The other thing that I want is I really want the 1,000,001 accessories that they've brought out for the Ace Pro 2 to work on the Ace Pro 3. Otherwise, they're gonna have a lot of really unhappy customers on their hands. So hopefully it'll be a very similar form factor. Otherwise, it served me well. And as an aside, I love the Arctic White version. Really pretty. If you have any questions about the Ace Pro 2, do let me know in the comments. And if you do want to buy one, I've got links for that as well. And thank you as ever for watching.